20s, 50s, 100 cash. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam. Dun, 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 dun. Spin that shit. Spin that shit. Spin that shit. Nigga, spin that shit. Spin that shit. Spin that shit. Spin that shit. Nigga, spin that shit. 20s, 50s, 100s cash. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. All right. All right, guys, so let's go over the market. So these are days. So let's play this out mentally. See how your emotions were played. So monthly wise, what we need to pay attention to was this area here and between this area, your top resistance and your top support. In the weekly, what investors would pay attention to this last week was if we broke this crucial resistance, support right here. Your first area was right here. Actually, we had the prior, so right here on Monday the 18th, we end up closing a week here. Well, the week starts on Monday, but you get the fucking point. So we started this week right here and closed right here. So as the market went down, this was gonna be your first stop. Your second and final stop was gonna be this, and after that, you had for support, you had this area here, which is orange line as a daily. And should I have like a little box or like a little notepad, another notepad, sticky note? '20s, '50s, 100 cash. Purple line, horizontal lines, purple line, monthly, light blue line, Oh shit. Ah, damn it. Hmm. Can't see that shit, huh? Probably. Let me see. Okay, you can't see. All right. So let me mark this off. So like I said, the main area the market was paying attention to that we didn't want to break, that was gonna scream crucial. We're gonna start falling. Your first area was right here in the daily. We had this floating island above this. So after the market went up here, we were flying up here in this region. Your last leg to let you know the market was gonna start falling was in this region right here. Was after we lost this, we ended up shooting down. We ended up testing. Also, it made sense why the market, after reversed, we would stay bullish just because if you get your Fibonacci, I can't move it because of that shit over there. So yeah, so if you get your Fibonacci from the bottom, let me get the monthly. Monthly. 3 monthly. God damn. Ah, forget anyways. Alright, cool. So 3 monthly is a dotted line. The monthly was highest point right there. So I'll get the 50 Fibonacci. You could go to the main area, stretch it out. See that 50% was right there. So as the market was taking a dump on Tuesday, and I saw like, oh, okay. So here was the market coming down. Here was the market coming down. And here's, so everybody was so waiting for CPI on Friday. I mean, on Wednesday. Wednesday was going to be the big day because there was going to be CPI, and the CPI data was bad. Then the market was going to go down, and so and so. Then we end up getting CPI data at 5:30. Normally, the market, if we have bad, horrible news and the market's gonna dump, what the market will do is first let me get the mark down the weekly because marking down the weeklies are very important. So we have a weekly right here and a weekly right here. Box it up. So you also notice how Tuesday it was building up what I call the three candle bunks, or investors you call right here three candle bunks. They normally happen days. They normally start forming days before a big event. For example, right here, and just what day was it's a Friday. It's the last day. So notice how it plays out. Monday we start all happy. Tuesday we get some sort of fear. So it's up to your Thursday to make it up again. Thursday we close out bullish, but over the night or Friday morning when I'm getting bad news, and we sink back down again. Whether it be going to war, attacking Iran, or some bad data, some stupid shit like that, but it's part of the market. So when I saw this, and I saw, holy shit, we're forming three candle blocks right above a weekly support, a crucial weekly support. But the CPI data is coming out tomorrow, which was a Thursday or Wednesday, I mean. So it didn't make sense to me that the market started dumping, especially on a Tuesday when Wednesday was your main release day. So you would, if anything, on Tuesday you would wait and bullshit here. That way, when CPI data hit on Wednesday, then you fall and crash and close low. But we did an early test on Tuesday morning before CPI data came out and then recovered, anticipating for CPI data. But this didn't make sense. Why will you liquidate it right now? The liquidation should have happened with the CPI data right here at 5:30. This move should have happened right here. The market should have dropped heavy of the fear of CPI data, and because of the war, you got the war, the CPI data, and then after the CPI data came out bad, then we will wait for PPI data to come out good, so we can then break above the monthly, and as we anticipate for SpaceX or whatnot, be back in this region. But we didn't have that panic sell. We only had that panic sell on Tuesday when there was nothing really going on. And then on Tuesday, as the market is dumping, Trump tweets about the helicopter. Now it's funny because that attack that Trump is talking about, the helicopter, happened hours before Trump tweeted it. It happened hours. You had many tweeting pages talking about this helicopter, and he waited till 9:38 to you go to the 1 minute, and you can see. This one here. You can see. So I was watching this. I was watching the MACD. The MACD in the 15-minute tells you when the market is oversold. So right here in this region, right? We dumped, and there's a price right here in the 15-minute time frame that the MACD tells you is oversold for the S&P 500. Normally your oversold area is from right here to right here. That's your 15-minute lowest point. Then you have your 15-minute lowest point. That's your low point, and there's a lowest point. And that's what you get with these prices right here. from here to here, stretch it out, stretch it out. This is your oversold area. And then you have your 15-minute low point. This is your regular oversold area for your little small basic move. The bottom one is for more bigger crashes. Notice how every time we fall, we get to these regions, we start recovering. Then we will get to the more violent ones. There's this region right here, your lowest point. Then once these lowest points, lowest drops, get back inside here, just tell me the rally is gonna start hitting harder. So as I saw this move happening right here, dropping, right? We see that we went to the lowest point and almost to the lowest point. Alright, so then you go to your 10 minutes and you start seeing that we're stabilizing. And again, every time the market goes to this low point, it's telling me that the market is going to start stabilizing and it's going to be oversold and we should start recovering up again. Not just that, but also because we hit 50% of the whole move ever since we started rallying, breaking out from here. So the fact that we came to this major 50 Fibonacci, it was a no-brainer that we're gonna start going back up. Especially because we still have CPI data, especially because we still have SpaceX, and especially because we were still getting waiting for details on the war. So once I saw that, I went to the 10 minutes. You can see right here, we were recovering at this point. So what I did wrong, was this one right here, right here. This was Tuesday. Yep, this was Tuesday. Right here, you see how low it was? So what I did is, this is where I fucked up. I remember it was 9:38. Right here. I was in the 1 minute. And it was 9:38. Yep, I remember what the exact fucking time. It was 9:38. And what I did is I started seeing the recovery, because you can see the recovery happening all the way since right here. So right here, you can see volume picking up from here. So what I did, I started going in on here. Wrong one, here you go. I went in on the S&P 500, my bad. So right here. But if you go back, so right here, you start seeing that we start getting momentum, volume, stabilizing right here. So as I saw this, and I saw my 1 minute, actually I'm gonna put a line right here, so when I zoom in and out, you guys can actually see what I'm talking about. So right here, so I started seeing volume picking up here in this section. And I saw that we were in a 50 Fibonacci zone. You know that at 10 o'clock, is when we close a forward candle. So I figured that they were gonna start reversing and shoot up at 10 here. You see, so the market was telling me, my indicator was telling me there was a resistance in this zone right here. So the market needs to shoot up. It needs to shoot. We're gonna shoot up at 10 here. It was gonna shoot up at 10 here, and then gradually from there start going up. But then what happened is that Trump ended up tweeting about the helicopter right here, which made the market come back down and break this. I think there was a weekly skin right here. No, it's not a weekly. What is it? Yeah, day right here. And this is the first area the market was hoping it wouldn't break right here. This is the first area the market was holding. We had a gap that we didn't fill. We finally ended up filling it. And then this was going to be your last area to hold to keep that rally mentality, to keep that the market's still going to continue going on up. And we had a fake out on Tuesday, which didn't make sense because this move should have happened Tuesday, should have happened today, or whatever. It should have happened Wednesday, CPI data. So Trump ended up doing that. And then instead of the market going down because he said, yo, you guys attacked my helicopter, therefore I'm gonna retaliate, then the market should have gotten scared, continue with the move, end up breaking through this at 10 or closing here at 10. That way, with the fear of the market, we continue going on down. But what happened is they shot it up again, closing above an important price, I believe. There was also a trend happening here. There was an uptrend happening. So that was the other thing. We had a daily uptrend. You could have said that was a weekly, but it's more of a daily. So there you go, the market, or the daily did the fake out. So this is what kept me going. And then also you had a daily downtrend here. You have one happening down here. And then you have one that's going from here to here. It's an 8-hour candle, 12. So 12-hour candle was telling me down here we were having a breakout. Oh yeah, I already had this one. Okay, I did have this one, the other one. Alright, so I'm just marking down the main daily, so just so you guys can see. These are the horizontal. I need something bigger too. I need something bigger so people know what the fuck these lines mean. So I'm pretty sure people can't see this shit, right? Let's see. Gay. Mm. Alright, people will continue right now. Oh shit, fuck. Oh shit, fuck, god damn it, I'm fucking. Alright, buddy, alright. Can I pin this somewhere here? Mm. Custom selling display. Creating order, show, control, inserting control. Oh, what if I get like a fucking little bubble shit that says that? Copy and get this shit right here. Oh shit. Notes. I'll be back, people. I got you. I got you. Just trying to fucking figure out something real quick. Copy. Damn it, I can't put anything here. Oh, my miss. $20 pages, 100 cash. Dun, dun, dun. All right, people. So you guys can see this real quick. These are the horizontal lines. So these lines right here, purple. Mhm. All right, so you guys, hopefully you guys can see this shit. Blah 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 blah. Read it right there. Horizontal blue line, weekly, orange line, daily. All right. So those what that means. Horizontal lines, purple lines monthly, light blues are weekly. Oh shit. Anyways, weekly, orange line daily. All right, so cool. Back to this shit before fucking people get confused, more confused. So that happened. That's why I figured the market was gonna start reversing. Um, Even after Trump said whatever the fuck he was gonna say, the market started reversing right here, and then that's when we get the um. Oh, then and then today CPI CPI was today. No, PPI, yeah. CPI was Wednesday. It was horrible. And instead of fucking dropping the same drop that we should have got right here, it didn't do shit. Since the market was also waiting for this move, or because think about it, you had the market that was on this daily uptrend. The market was trying to keep up to Wednesday. We tried, we failed, and that's when we started going down. But as we get to Thursday PPI data, and with the help of Trump, we end up going back up at the daily trend line. And not just that, but we go back about this crucial support, rally support. And then not just that, he ends up tweeting that the war is over. It could be over this week with some signatures. So now investors again, they're not gonna be worried about the war. They're just gonna be focusing on SpaceX. So either with the help of SpaceX and tweets of the president, the S&P is gonna rally, especially if he still keeps talking, having talks or keeps tweeting about how supposedly he's gonna talk with Europe and whatever whatnot, and they're gonna talk with them and come up with the deal. So if he keeps up with that bullshit, investors, the market is gonna get manipulated where the market is gonna start flying. And that's why right now you're not seeing the S&P go down. That's where you still see it holding. It's gonna go up, but it's gonna go up choppy. It should have started going up already by 7:45 to 8:30. 7:45 to 8:30. If it was gonna drop, we should have started dropping. Otherwise, we're gonna bullshit here. And what's gonna happen as we get to 11:45 to 12:30, we're gonna then start going up, where we're gonna go up slowly, choppy. And if we do again, we're only gonna drop down here. We got this support area right here. We got this one right here. We got London under trend. Let me see if I find any 12-hour candles. We got some right here. We got some right here. And we got some right here. That's where we closed yesterday or today. Yeah, we closed today. 20s, 50s, 100 cash. Dun, dun, and then we have an 8-hour candle right here, which is going to be dark blue. Now that we have the main support areas, and let me see if I have a 4-hour candle. Everything pretty much is marked down. All your strong areas on the bottom. You want to have, let's see, we have a strong daily down here, forming a 3 candle box right here. And besides that, eight. Right. Four candle is red. Then you box it up from daily to weekly, from daily support to weekly resistance. And that's going to be your next box. Send it to the back. So now I know that this area right here is going to have a lot of resistance on the way down. So what I normally do is I'll break it down to sections. Next section here, from this section, from this daily to the next daily. And then from here, I'm going to do all the way of all this. Change the color to red. Change it back. The next resistance zone stops are gonna be right there, right here. 12-hour candle right there. 12-hour candle right there. And this will be your next box. And then the middle is gonna be your main struggling area to break. It'll be red. Send it back. So now with the market goes inside of here, I know that this area is going to be hard to pass of all the 12-hour candle and dailies that they're going to be as resistance. So I know it's going to need some real strong move, like another tweet from the president to break through all this since we don't have no data tomorrow. And it's going to be moved from hopes of SpaceX coming out and blowing up the market with the help of the tweet of Mr. Tweet. And then also marking down the Fibonacci's. You have a 12-hour candle Fibonacci right here. 20s, 50s, 100 cash. Dun, 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 dun. You have a 12-hour candle 50 Fibonacci. That's yellow. You have a 8-hour candle 50 in the same area. 50 Fibonacci right here at 8 o'clock. 50s, hundreds, dun, 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 dun. So we have a 12-hour candle, 50 Fibonacci, and an 8-hour candle in the same area. After that, we have a 4-hour candle, 50 Fibonacci right here. That you see it right here. And then we have a 3-hour candle all the way down here. Actually, what is it? That's a 3-hour candle. Let me actually see market off if it's anything right there. Oh yeah, it's a 12-hour candle. 12-hour candles are yellow. I think I got some sort of OCD shit going on because 12-hour candle resistance right here. So back to this 3-hour candle, we have a 50 Fibonacci right here. Even though it passed, I like still having them around. That way the market reverses. I know where it's going to be a certain stop. I know that from here to here, 50% of this is this. So I wanted to price the market tomorrow or if the market opens and we get some sort of bad news, maybe that's where we're going to stop. But I don't think we're going to go that far because we're getting bullshit with bullshit rally news. So if we do pull back, I don't see it pulling back that crazy. I see it pulling it back down here to uh three to down here to 378 to 380 maybe, and then or as far as 372 374. So 11 12 we'll be here most likely by 11 will start dropping, maybe go back up, or we're gonna keep falling, and we're gonna create support in this region. We're gonna form some sort of U pattern. So it's important where we close at 10 because that's where we close at 8-hour candle, I believe. Yeah. And not just that, so this 8-hour candle closes at 6. So the way I see it is, all right, I gotta think how these next 8 hours are gonna play out then. So if anything, we can drop all the way down here, which is 50% of it, and then gradually start going up as we anticipate the market opening. Um, and the other thing that could happen is that we could just end up pulling back down to right here to 7,386. And as we get to 11:15, 11:30, possibly go up again. Um, it just depends how we close um, at 2 in the morning or how. Yeah, so either we're gonna fall inside this box here, test these prices, and go back up again, or this is gonna be just a fake out. You're gonna keep getting wicks, and we're gonna just buy time here in this box pretty much. And then the worst scenario, we're gonna come down all the way down here to these ranges. And as we get to 3, 4 in the morning, the market starts stabilizing and then it starts going back up again. Again, because we have a weekly support and a daily support right here. You got daily right here, and a weekly, and these two dailies and 12-hour candle. So yeah, so either the market is gonna get pushed. Let me go to the smaller time frames to show what my indicator is showing. So see, look, first areas we're holding right here. If we start breaking this, like I said, coming towards 10, coming towards 11, then 11:30 to 11:45, 12:30 is gonna be that decisive of breaking it going down, and then coming down here 1 or 2. As we get 3 or 4, we start going back up again. Or we're gonna get something similar like this, where we're gonna just keep getting down pressure and not break these resistance, which is a daily and 12-hour candle. So just breaking through that and getting outside of this red box is gonna be hard. It's gonna need fear, but we're gonna need Trump saying that never mind, I am gonna attack them tomorrow, or never mind, this deal is back onto war, some shit like that. But if you're smart, if you're not you're smart, if you fucking stupid ass, um, if you know how they're gonna play this kid, they do the same shit. So they're gonna make you believe that this deal is gonna happen this weekend. So you can then just worry about SpaceX and anticipate the good news, and then that way the market opens up higher. That way you don't gotta worry about, oh fuck, he said he's gonna attack them. Well, we're gonna bomb them tonight, and then oil prices are gonna go up, and the market's gonna tank, and yields gonna go up. No, it's gonna happen the opposite. So I wouldn't be surprised that if we're gonna be here by 1 or 2 in the morning, because we're gonna struggle a lot to get out of here. So it's gonna have to be to 1 in the morning, or we're gonna end up breaking and then just having some sort of fake out right here at 1 or 2 o'clock, and that's what we drop, because we should have dropped already. We drop at 7:45 to 8:30, and by drop I mean not drop, but the move. The move has to happen at 7:45 to 8:30, and your second window is gonna be 11:45 to 12:30. If by 11:45, 11:20 to 12:45 we don't start breaking this, then we're gonna start then holding here and start going up, especially at 11:45, 12:30, and we're gonna be here around 1 or 2 in the morning. That's why the market has been here this whole time. Otherwise, we would have started dropping as soon as the market opened, 3, 4 in the morning, so we can close down here at 6, and then 6, 7, 8. Then we come back down, and we close down here at 10. And as the market opens, 11, 12, and we start going back up. But the market didn't do that. The market has stayed here the whole time, close to this weekly crucial support rally movement. We break this, we're already fucking in a rally stage. It's just if we hold, and if the market holds in the morning. If we don't get no bad news about Iran, the market's just gonna be even though we got bad CPI data, even though we got bad PPI data, the market's up. The war's gonna be over. Did you hear that? Manipulation. What else? What else? Also my indicator. Now the oversold area. The oversold area is right here. I mean overbought. Your overbought area is right here. Yeah, this is that box. You're overbought. So the market has been overbought in the 15. It's in Nogales. I call it being in Nogales. We haven't picked up any volume strength. Alrighty, guys. So I'm gonna let you go because that's what I see the market doing. We're either gonna bullshit here between 391 and 385, and if you break that, we're gonna come down test between 368 and 359. Once we get here, we should start stabilizing and then go back up again as the market opens. All right, this is Brian Seacrest signing the fuck out, folks.